uri orari Deputy President Rigathi wa Gachagua tugikinyiria mweri wa gatatu mweri wa kana wa gatano agakorwo ari muthiru hinya, agakorwo ari munine miario na mugambo ona to Kenya tu nginya thiini wa gitaru giki gia Central kiria etaga Mrima. Gitumi giakwa ni giki: Deputy President arathire thiini wa TV na arorio ciuria nyingi muno ciegi mubango yake, ciegi maoni make megie thirikari, maundu macio mangi mothe, no ungiramuthikiriirie wega ndarahota gutwira wega arenda twike atia, ena mubango uriku, arenda twike atia na thirikari, arenda tukinyukie ikinya ririku, ndari handu arahotire gutariria wega niki arenda. Araragia na akauga we tweterere nginya mweri wa keri ni egutwira uria arenda. Siasa itiwe gweterera, siasa itiwe neke ndicirie, siasa itiwe ndirenda ndiraria ndireka, na onongirora nginya kwa ihinda riri andu aingi ni mambiriire kuigua ta tureterera muno utekumenya Deputy President Rigathi wa Gachagua arenda atia. Wa keri, ungithikiriria Deputy President wega no nginya amenye tiga no okire tu na uthikiririe tiga Rigathi wa Gachagua no okire na mubango umwe wa bata muno muno muno, murumu mwega muno, mukinyaniru wega ta wega, muhande wega ta wega, ugukorwo uri undu muritu muno, gukorwo agitwikania kirima na kuiguithia andu. Uguo ona akibangaga mibango yake no nginya amenye ati mubango uria egukorwo naguo niguo ukumuikia mbere kana niguo ukumurihania no mubacanie thi. Ni wega amenye mundu uria maracindana nake ndaikarite oro uguo, onake no arabanga mibango yoria ekuingira kirima oro kiu, yoria ekuharagania andu na manine kimiario, kiuteti na maundu macio mangi mothe. Uguo no nginya Rigathi wa Gachagua oke na mibango ikuhota kuiguithia muingi na njira ya mwanya. Aga gwika uguo tukiuga ni gukinya mweri wa gatatu mweri wa kana wa gatano gutiri muteti ugakorwo kimuma thutha, gutiri andu magakorwo makimuthikiriria, na hindi iyo agakorwo ari muriganire na akariganira kaimana. Miario ino ndaria no nyoneke ta kuitarenderera kana itaranyita mbaru kira kirathie na mbere, no uma naguo wiragwo nduri sori. Uma wiragwo uhana ta rubanga ruria rutemaga na rugatwikania mwena uria ungi. Rigathi wa Gachagua hindi iria kurari no horo wigi impeachment arahuthirie impeachment yake, ona ni ukuririkana rimwe agiuka TV-ini na agatheka muno akirigwo agitwika impeached atia, na maundu macio mahanikire onake we mwene akiaga gwitikia. Ino ti kana riri ti ihinda ria kuhuthiriria, riri ni ihinda ria guikara thi kubanga maundu make no ria ekwenda na karia yake ya gisiasa. No agikaga uguo no nginya amenye aria maracindana nake na matiri toro, no marang'ang'ana uria mekwendia Kithure Kindiki professor thiini wa gitaru gia Central. Na nikio wonire project nyingi iria theicie thiini wa Central ni cia kwamire na ikirugama tondu nicio irongoreirio kuhuthika ta ndaraca ya kwendia Kindiki thiini wa Central, na njira ya kuga atiriri Kindiki ni uratindika project ici, no ti project agakorwo agitindika. Ni matinga magacokio barabara mathiururukange mwaka uthire tuingire mwaka wa campaign kamuiria mumenyete twi mwaka wa 2027 na ni tuthuranite. Ndimwiraga maundu maria mutendaga kuigua tondu macio nimo maundu maria mariho. Iyo niyo mibango iria ebangitwo uria Kindiki egucagurwo, athondekwo wega, abangwo wega, aikio guku kirima nigetha mugurwo, tondu kura ciake no irendeka ona korwo no kura 10 cia guka thiini wa kirima kuhana ta arenda kuiguithia muingi. No hindi ira project mugecira ni guthondekwo irathondekwo, no matinga magaikio mathiururuke mwaka uthire mutenamenya twaingira mwaka wa campaign. Mwaka ucio waingira guke kwiranwo kwirwo kwirwo ni tugwika turarehire tureka turabanga turaina tureka utenamenya githurano giingire gia mwaka wa 2027 na mutenamenya mukorwo ni mwacoka o karima karia njitaga karima ka muthwa. Undu ucio ungi ni ati Rigathi wa Gachagua arathire thiini wa TV areka interview na drama kamuno kuona ati gutire ngathiti orona imwe irandikire uhoro wa mabilioni ma mbeca maria maitangitwo na Gachagua ni yaririe uhoro wamo. Nginya ngathiti iria ya muhostete kana ngathiti iria ya mwitite irokire irandika page ya kanana na nie ndireciragia mekwandika thiini wa page ya mbere na mandike na heading nene muno yandikitwo mbeca iria iranangirwo kana cianangitwo. Ni kuonania ati ona cio ngathiti icio nyene ona nyumba cia mohoro ni irona hihi muingi totarakenererio ni mohoro maria mekuo na githungu itagwo relevance. Ni ndeto icio ngucietigira oro hau ngihoka ni gukinyira mwenecio uria ndamutemera cio na ngienda ndeto makiria no anjethe ndiri kunene. Ni wakati umefika sasa mwananchi wa kawaida apewe power ya kujenga nchi yake constitutionally, politically and economically. Na hayo yote nitakueleza kwenye hii video. Juzi tulisema it's us versus them, me for you and you for me, and that is the slogan. Kwanza ni lazima tuanze kujadiliana kama wananchi. Hii nchi kwa muda mrefu sana imekuwa nchi ya watu wanne ambao wamekuwa wakifanya chenye wanataka na nchi. Mtu wa kwanza ni president, mtu wa pili ni the parliament, both senate and of course the national government, national parliament, na mtu wa tatu, mtu wa nne ni the judiciary. Hao watu wanne wakisema wataharibu hii nchi wanaiharibu, wakisema watajenga nchi wanaijenga. I think it is high time tuongeze mtu wa nne na watano kwenye hiyo equation ambaye anaitwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Mwananchi wa kawaida ndiye actually mwenye nchi, lakini inakuanga inverse proportional ama the other way round, ya kwamba watu wanne tu ndio wenye nchi. Hao ndio wako na mishahara kubwa kubwa, hao ndio wako na mamlaka zile kubwa kubwa, magari kubwa kubwa, mambo kubwa kubwa na hizo vitu zote. It is time we start the conversation of how to include the fifth person called mwananchi wa kawaida. How do we do that? Number one, it is time we start putting leaders on account wakati inakuja tu kitu inaitwa manifesto. Mtu anaendanga anatafuta watu wanamwandikia manifesto maridadi, anakuja anadanganya wananchi, anashangiliwa sana wakati wa campaigns, anafurahiwa sana, lakini wakati amechaguliwa akiitwa aseme manifesto yake hata yeye mwenyewe hawezi kumbuka. It is time we put a constitutional stop to this nonsense. How do we do it? You go draft your manifesto, you present your manifesto to IEBC, IEBC signs your manifesto, you also sign your manifesto, plus witnesses on sign, then you go sell your manifesto to the people. Once you get elected, if you do not actualize your manifesto, you'll never ever get a chance to be in any political ballot or election ballot ever in your life. Number two, going to IEBC. How does the executive, and so to speak the president, is the person who has the power to constitute an IEBC? This is one of the most ridiculous part I've ever seen in the country. How does a candidate decides who will be the chairman and the committee and the officials of IEBC? How does a candidate sitting in an exam decide who will mark the exam? It's high time we decide to form a committee or just decide to who will be forming the IEBC, and not the parliament and not the president. This nonsense has to come to an end. Number 3. Did you know that your power as a Kenyan ends at voting? Wakati unapiga kura, your relevance and your power ends the day you vote, and that's it. So you only regain your power after 5 years, and it's only last one day. We should put to a stop this nonsense. How do we do it? It is time to also allow Kenyans to have the power to drive a motion in parliament or stop a motion in parliament. It is time has come to allow normal citizen to appear in parliament and either drive a motion or stop a motion, so that even the elected leaders will feel the heat and the need to respect people's decision. Why am I saying this? So many policies has been passed which has been against the will of the people. All in all, those policies have been passed. For example, the housing levy is a very punitive policy. It passed regardless of time. I think it's high time we also push them to the corner, so that it is actually them to go even to court and say they disagree with a policy made by a Kenyan. And it is possible. How do we do it? You bring a motion as a Kenyan, and this motion is voted by a majority that we will decide. If it is voted by a majority, then I, as a Kenyan, is allowed to go to the parliament and present my policy or my motion and push it. And finally, it's also high time we make sure that there is transition from one government to the other, whether it's on maybe on country level, or whether it is at the county level, so that we stop the waste of money at all levels. How do we do this? As an elected leader, whether a governor or a president or an MP, you have given your manifesto, you have said what you're going to work on. We signed it, you signed it. It was signed by IEBC. You do not finish the project in 5 years or within your time. Umeshindwa kumaliza project yako. It is high time that the cost that was spent on that project na umeshindwa kuimaliza, we hold you accountable, such that you fail it, you don't finish, you refund all the money to the country, okay? And that money is confirmed before the end of your term, period. This whole joke that we are seeing is because they know nothing will happen. How many projects do we have pending right now that are billions of money, that have used billions of money? And this keeps happening everywhere, every county, every time that we have a new government, whether on county level, whether on country level, or whatever matter. So it's high time we agree we are ending this nonsense. So basically what I'm saying, you don't deliver your projects to the end of 5 years, you refund that money where? To the treasury. Simple and clear. The treasury gets back the money and confirms. And so that during your manifesto, you should tell us what project you will do, how much it will cost, and the time it will take to be completed, so that we give them hard assignment before you write your manifesto, that it will have all those details. The manifesto, how long are you going to take to that project, when will it be completed, and all those details should be available in your manifestos. This nonsense has to come to an end. Again, I repeat, it's us versus them, me for you, you for me, period.